Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of wargame review institutions. This is a set of experimental rules. I have generic science fiction rules. This scenario is called Kill the Robot. In this scenario, a captured Dalek has escaped and the player must use his forces to destroy it before it leaves the city. The Dalek has to travel down the road from the left side of the table here all the way to the right side and make it off the board to win. The Dalek's just controlled by the game rules. You, the player, since this is a solitaire game, are just controlling the foot soldiers. In this game, there's two soldiers in map suits right here. And then you have a bunch of civilians with pistols. There's one which is an alien, another one right here. And over here you have a woman with a pistol. And the toughest weapon the humans have is they have this woman here with a Gatling gun. And another interesting unit they have is a motorcycle here who has a submachine gun. He can move 16 inches per action, so on a turn he can move a total of 64 inches. So he's a useful unit as far as mobility is concerned. So anyhow, here's how the Dalek AI works. He goes first and he gets 4 action points each turn. The first thing he does is he draws a card for free and executes it. Then, if any enemy are within line of sight, he fires for 2 action points, assuming you have the 2 action points, otherwise you can't. Otherwise, you spend 1 action to move 2 inches towards the right side of the table. And the Dalek has an extermination ray, and if it hits you, you're just dead. So let's start up the game now. It'll make more sense as the game goes along. And he has 100 hit points, the Dalek. So the first thing he does is draw a card here. And it says Dalek moves 6 inches for free. So he comes onto the board and goes 6 inches. And now the AI starts. So is there a unit within line of sight? Yes, there is. There's a dog on the board. He's going to attack the dog. He needs a 15 to hit it because the dog is in cover. So he'll use 2 actions to fire. And he gets an 18, so he hits it and the dog automatically dies. So he's used 2 actions so far, so he'll use the other 2 actions to move a total of 4 inches. Alright, now the humans start up. This woman here will move out the door here, and she's just firing out the doorway at him, so she's got cover. And she rolls an 11. She needed a 10 to hit, so she does 3d8 damage. And since the last time I've done a playthrough of this game, I've changed the rules, so there's exploding dice now. So if you're rolling a d6, it explodes on a 6, a d8 on an 8, d10 on a 10, and d12 on a 12. What exploding means is you take the value of what it was and then you re-roll the dice, and there's no limit to the amount of times the dice can explode. So she'll roll her damage now. 1 plus 1 is just 2. And then 2 more, so she just did 4 damage, and he has 2 armor, so he actually only takes 2 damage total, because 2 of them were soaked up, so he's down to 98. And the Dalek has an ability where anytime something shoots at him, when it's after it takes a shot, the Dalek rolls a dice. And if the unit is in cover, if he rolls a 6, he's able to shoot back. Or if it's in the open, if he rolls a 5 or a 6, it shoots back. So he's going to roll to see if he can shoot back. He gets a 4, so no, he cannot. So she's going to move back into out of line of sight. And there's a guy here with a pistol. He moves there, and he's going to fire at the Dalek. Rolls a 4, so he misses, but the Dalek gets a chance to see if he can fire back. No, I rolled a 5. He needed a 6 since this guy is in cover, so he moves back out of line of sight. And we go here, and this alien here will move over here so he can shoot out the window at the Dalek. And rolls a 12, so he hits. So He rolls a d6 and gets a 2, but the armor soaks up 2, so 0 damage. And now the motorcycle is going to move out. So he moves out to here and takes a shot at the Dalek. $17, that's going to be a hit, so he does 2d6 damage. And he rolled a 6 and a 2. The 6 explodes, so he's at 8 so far. Plus 6 more, that's 14, and he gets to roll it again. Plus 4 more, so that's 18 minus his 2 armor, so he did a total of 16 damage. So the Dalek's down to 82. And now let's see if the Dalek can fire back at him. No, he cannot, so this moves back here. And now we're going to move to the guys in the map suits. They have, I don't know if you call it an SMG or an assault rifle. It's kind of like a short assault rifle, kind of the science fiction equivalent of like a Car-15 or an M4 or something. So anyhow, this guy here is going to take a shot. And he misses, but let's see if the Dalek can hit him. No, he doesn't. So he's back there. And this one's going to fire out of the doorway here, so he gets some cover. The other guy should have done that too. And rolls a 6. No, let's see if the Dalek can hit him. Nope, the Dalek cannot shoot back. Alright, so it's the Dalek's turn again, so we draw another card, and the Dalek moves forward 4 inches for free. So he moves to there. And there's nothing for him to shoot at, so he's going to move forward an additional 8 inches because everyone went out of line of sight. Alright, so let's go back here. This crazy lady here is going to fire out the doorway with her Gatling gun. And let's see what she gets. She rolls a 15, so she's going to do 3d8. So 1 plus 5 is 6. Plus 5 more is 11 minus 2, so 9 damage. So he's down to 73. Now let's see if he can fire back. On a 6 he can. No, he cannot. So she goes back into cover. Alright, this guy here, the human, he's out of range. He's only got a range of... Civilians with pistols only have a range of 10, so he's got to do some movement here. So 4 inches gets him to there. He can do 3 more moves. So he's just going to move up to here now. Alright, this guy here moves to there and takes a shot at the Dalek. He's armed with a pistol. He's in range, though. And miss. Let's see if the Dalek can hit him. He rolled a 6, so he can shoot back. Let's see. He needs a 15 to hit him because he's in cover. He gets a 19, so the alien has been killed. And now the guy in map suits, this one's going to fire at him from cover. He hits and does 6 and 1, so 7 so far, but he gets to re-roll that. So 9, so a total of 7 damage because of armor. So he's at 66. And let's see if he gets hit before he moves into cover. Nope, he's able to get into cover. This one here moves and he's shooting out the doorway at him. 13, so that's a hit. So a 6 and a 3, so that's 9. He gets to re-roll this. Another 6, so that's 15. Gets to re-roll again. And a 4, so 19. So he does a total of 17 damage because of armor. So he's down to 49 hit points. And let's see if he can move into cover. Yes, he does. Or moves out of line of sight, I meant actually. So now the only unit we have that hasn't gone yet is the motorcycle. So the motorcycle will move to here. And he's going to fire his SMG now. And he gets a 6, so nothing happens. Let's see if the Dalek can shoot back. No, so he gets back under cover. So we'll move to there. Now it's the Dalek's turn. Dalek will draw a card. Let's see what he gets. He gains 10 hit points. So he's at up to 59 now. And there's nothing for he in his line of sight, so he's going to move forward 8. So he gets to there. So let's move down to here. We have this crazy lady here. Let's see. She's got a 24-inch range. Let's see if she's got range to him. Otherwise, she's going to have to move forward. Yeah, she's got just enough range, so she's going to fire. And that's a hit, so 3d8. 7 plus 5 is 12. Plus 3 is 15, minus 2, so 13 damage. So he's at 47 now. And let's see if he can shoot back. No, he can't, so she goes into cover. Alright, we got this guy in here. Let's see if he can catch up to the Dalek and do something. Yeah, 8 inches will actually get him here, so he's going to fire around the corner, so he's got cover. Right there. 7, so he misses. Let's see if the Dalek can fire back him. Yeah, he got a 6, so if he gets a 10, he kills him. Yeah, he got a 17, so this guy's no longer with us. Alright, the motorcycle's going to go now. It's going to move out to here and fire a shot. 11 that hits, so roll 2d6. So he does 7 damage, which becomes 5, so the Dalek's down to 42. And let's see if the Dalek shoots back. No, so he moves back into cover. So this guy is going to go here and fire out the doorway. He gets a 3, so nothing happens, and Dalek cannot fire back at him. And this guy here will go. Gets a 16, so that's going to be a hit. And does 8 damage, which becomes 6, so the Dalek is down to 36. And let's see if the Dalek hits back. No, so he goes back into cover. Then we move to this building here. And this woman moves over there so she can shoot at him. She's just got a pistol. So that's an 11, so she hit. And did 2 damage, but the armor soaks up 2 of it. So let's see if he hits her. Nope, so she can move into cover. Alright, so now it's the Dalek turn. Let's draw his card. Dalek can't move this turn. Alright, so he's stuck there, and he's got nothing he can shoot at because everyone's going into cover. So let's move over here. And there's this crazy lady here. She needs to get within 24 inches of him. So actually she has no trouble doing that. She just moves forward 4 here. And now she's going to fire at him. Just a 1, so that's a miss. So let's see if the Dalek gets a shoot back. No. So she's going to run into cover with her last action. Costs 2 action points to shoot, one action point to move, and she can move 4 inches with an action point. Alright, now over here, let's do the motorcycle. He moves out here and is going to fire at the Dalek. Gets a 6, so nope. See if the Dalek can hit him. Rolled a 2, no, so this moves back into cover. I'll move over here this time. Alright, first guy in the mop suit fires at him. If you guys are wondering what a mop suit is, in the Army they call chemical warfare suits mop suits. It stands for Mission-Oriented Protective Posture. Gets an 18, so he hits. And does 10 damage, which becomes 8. So the Dalek's down to 28. And let's see if the Dalek can fire back at him. No. So he moves back into cover. Now this guy moves into the doorway. And a 17, so that's a hit. And 6 plus 2 is 8, and he gets to re-roll the 6. Plus 5 is 13, so a total of 11 damage. So the Dalek's down to 17. And we go to here, and this woman moves out and takes a shot at him. Oops, let's see if the Dalek fires back at him. No, so he moves back into cover. So this woman fires, and she gets a 12, so that's a D6. Just 1 damage, so it's soaked up by the armor, so she moves back into cover. Now it's the Dalek's turn, and he draws a card. As a free action, the Dalek fires a gamma ray beam at the nearest enemy. It ignores cover and hits on a 10 and does D20 damage. This goes right through walls or any other type of terrain and doesn't need line of sight. Alright, so the nearest enemy to him is this guy in the mop suit here. So he needs a D10 to hit him, and he misses. So now, since no one's in the open, all he can do is move forward 8 inches. Alright. So we'll go back to this crazy lady over here. She needs to move within 24 inches of him so she can fire. Alright. She can, but she's not going to be able to run to cover afterwards. So she's right about here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. So she's going to fire now. And a 5, so she missed. So now the Dalek, let's see if he fires back. He gets, actually he does get the fire back, because since she's in the open, a 5 or a 6 will allow him to fire back. So he'll roll now, and if he gets a 10, he kills her. Gets a 6, so she lives. And let's go down here. This guy here moves to the corner of the building here and fires. He's in cover still. And he hits. 2d6. Does 4 damage, which becomes 2. So the Dalek's down to 15. And let's see if the Dalek can fire back. No, because he's in cover. So he moves back in there. And then this one moves out and goes on this corner of the building to shoot. And it's a 10, so that's a hit. 4 damage, which becomes 2, so he's down to 13. Now this motorcyclist is going to move out here and take a shot. 17, so he hits, so 2d6. So he does 5 damage, which becomes 3. So the Dalek's down to 10 hit points. And let's see if he can shoot back at the motorcyclist. No, he cannot. So this moves back into cover. Alright, this woman here moves here so she can shoot at him. And it's a 15, so yeah. And 5, so it does 3 damage. So the Dalek's down to 7. Now it's the Dalek's turn. Let's see what card he draws. He gains 10 hit points. So he's up to 17 hit points. And then he's going to move forward. Oh, this guy moved back in cover. So he's going to move forward 8. So he's to here. So let's see how far this crazy lady is from him. She's got to move. Let's see. Move her forward 4. Is she within range now? No, she's got to move forward again. Alright, so she can get one shot at him. You can spend an action to get an additional +2 to your die roll in this. She didn't have the extra action, so after shooting here, she'll have nothing. 14, so that's a hit, so 3d8. 7 plus 7 is 14. Plus 2 is 16, so she does a total of 14 damage to him, so the Dalek's down to 3. And let's see if he can shoot back. No, he cannot. Alright, so let's move to here. And this guy moves out and fires from around the corner. He's still in cover, though. And it's a 3, so he misses. And we roll, and Dalek isn't able to shoot back. This one comes out and shoots around the corner, too. And that's a 7, so he misses. And the Dalek's not able to shoot back. Now let's go to the motorcycle that moves to there. And it's a 17, so he hits. And he does 9 damage, which becomes 7, and that's enough to kill the Dalek. So they killed the Dalek right before he exited the board. Like I said, these are just experimental rules, and one thing I've learned is it's really hard to make a solitaire miniatures game. I'll keep working on it. Hopefully I can improve it a little in the future, but so far it seems okay for a solitaire game. Have a good evening.